I ain't gonna be on here too long because I'm about to get up out of here. I got to run to the job real quick and finish putting this visor up on my truck. So I'm gonna sit there and have a cup of coffee real quick, and we gonna talk about a couple of things. But I ain't gonna be on too long, especially before my dogs start barking. I gotta get them out, walk them. But I came out to talk to y'all for a minute now. A lot of people have a lot of misconceptions on what's going on with truckers these days. You know, you got some people, they have their own opinion. But if you never owned your own tractor and you never owned your own trailer, you can speak with some things if you know you've been in the industry for years. Like I've been in the industry going on 29 years. So what's going on right now, I am not influenced by social media when it comes down to truck drivers. I am not influenced by the media. I am not influenced by the news. What's going on? What's going on, Jason? I am not influenced by what you hear on, what you hear day in and day out on social media. Nah. My information and my know-how and my education comes from me putting in 29, 30 years on the road. That's where I get my information from. I don't get my information from somebody over here talking, somebody over there talking. Nah, I don't do that. I don't run like that. I put 1,000,000+ miles on these roads. You heard what I said? I put 1,000,000+ miles on these roads. Now, you got freight brokers out there, right? A freight broker job is to contact the shipper and the carrier to try to get the best freight, the best money out there so they can serve it to the owner operators, right? So for people to sit up there and say owner operators are crying for money or truckers are broke, that's not what it is. That's not why truckers up here asking for more money. See, if you own your own truck, you'll know why. Let's say like right now you have insurance in the state of New Jersey. Insurance is $21,000, $22,000 a year. You paying $2,000 a month for cargo insurance. That's $22,000 a month you paying for insurance for your trailer and that tractor and your own authority. You paying $2,000 a month. Now paying $2,000, it was going on Eddie, salute brother. Paying $2,000 a month, and y'all saying that the trucker shouldn't have for no more money. That's only for the insurance for that. Now you still got bobtail insurance. You still have other insurance that comes into play when you get different licenses, as far as like pulling hazmat material, pulling wide loads, permits, paying for escorts and everything else. That's what y'all don't understand that. So a freight broker job is pretty much the middleman. They not licensed, they really not bonded, unless you a dispatcher and you work for a company, they have all of that. And I'm explaining the difference between a dispatcher and a freight broker. So they're not bonded, but their job is the middleman to try to get you the best rate, but their job ain't to cut you out. Now we all know that being a freight broker is a very lucrative job. You can really make some money as a freight broker, but at the same time, you still have drivers out there that's dealing with freight brokers are getting robbed. They constantly getting robbed by these freight brokers. And if I'm going to speak on it, I'm going to speak on it. Somebody got to speak on this, because if we sitting back right now not saying nothing, then before you know it, we going to be out. Now, I'm not worrying about being there because I got a lot of experience on the road. I'm always having a CDL license. One thing about the CDL license, I can get a job anywhere I want. I can park my truck right now and I can turn the key off right now and I can still go get a job. I can move to any state I want and get a job with a CDL license. So we really ain't hurting like y'all think we hurting. We ain't hurting, but what we hurting is the disrespect, the loyalty, the time we put on them roads, the time that we not with our families, our kids. It's the disrespect that you're gonna offer me some money that I can't pay for. I can't even pay my bills. I can't afford to pay my bills or take care of my kids. Not with the money that these freight brokers are offering right now, where they is robbing the drivers. Not all of them, but some of them is robbing the drivers, and a lot of y'all don't really understand that, man. Y'all just think that, the truck drivers are just no. We're not bad individuals. The nicest person you ever meet on this planet is a trucker, because we deal with so much out on the road. So it this is the experience. What you see on the road, it humbles a truck driver. Trucking humbled me years ago. That's why y'all don't see me getting up on YouTube acting a fool. I learned a lot from driving trucks. It humbled me. It humbled me to where as though you get in that truck today and you might not never make it home. You can hop in the truck today and go 100 miles. You can hop in the truck today and go 2 miles. You will never know, man. You will never make it back home. That's what a lot of y'all don't understand. That's the reason why we truckers get out there and we do this job day in and day out. We put our best foot forward. I always say, put the earth in front of you and the wind behind you. I always say that. Put the earth in front of you and the wind behind you. That's all that's left back there is the wind. That's all you got to look back in your rearview mirrors, man. Most of the time we sit in those trucks, man, we be bored out of our mind. We think a lot. We think a lot of them trucks. And most of the time we think about is, well, what's the next run going to be? Where's my next run going to put me at? It's going to put me in Jersey. It's going to put me in Colorado. It's going to put me in California. It's going to put me in Texas. It's going to put me in Des Moines, Iowa. Where's it going to put me in? It's going to put me in Idaho. I don't know where the next run going to be. Now, I'm fortunate enough to be leased onto a company. When you leased onto a company, all those big responsibilities, the company handled that, but I still got to pay bobtail insurance. I still got to pay the truck note. I still got to pay the maintenance. I still got to fix that truck. I still got to maintain that truck. As when you get your own authority, you have to do that plus more and try to save money. That's one thing about having your own authority. You got to try to save a lot of that money that you get out there because you still have, other than me, I got 10 tires on the tractor, 8 in the back, 2 in the front. When you got a truck, you got 8 more. That's considered an 18-wheeler. You got 8 more back there, so that's a lot more responsibility. On my tractor, I got 6 brake chambers. You get a trailer, you add 4 more. It's 10. It's a lot more responsibility. You got slack adjusters. You got more. It's a lot more when you're running your own trailer, and you still, sometimes you go, which I don't know, you go to a company and you get there a minute late, they don't even want to load you. You could get to a place where as though they want you to sweep out the trailer. If you got a refrigerator, they want you to go get a washout. So you get there on time, you get a washout, now they don't even want to load you to the next day. Most of the time, people that got their own trailers, they're having a hard time getting freight. They're having a hard time getting some of these shippers where you get there on time and then you can't even get loaded because you got to get a sweep out, you got to get a washout. You may got a tiny hole in the trailer. You may got a fiberglass see-through roof that they might say, well, we don't want that on it because that roof is too hot. That roof gonna burn the material. See, the broker don't really give a damn about all that because you know what the broker do? The broker want to call you. What's your ETA? Where you at? What time you gonna be there? What time you gonna leave? Call me. The broker don't care about that. You can get to a place right now. They might tell you, well, we can unload that. You need a lump of fees. And you go to some of these warehouses, these lump of fees is outrageous. Some of these lump of fees is outrageous. Just to unload a 1 pallet and break it down by SKU numbers and item numbers, they charge you anywhere down near $1,000. That's another thing we need to speak on. Some of these lump of fees is outrageous. That'll break a driver, especially if it's not included in the fee. So if the broker forgets to include that in the fee, you got to pay that as an owner operator. You have to pay that. Now, you going out your pocket, you're like, damn, but then, they got me getting to another, they want to go by military numbers. So now I got to get down the road by 4. They got to break this load down by 1. Now they just coming off lunch by 2:30. They going on another break. You losing out there. This is what people say, why the truck is crying. It's so much responsibility for our truck drivers. It's a lot of responsibility out there. And then you trying to get down the road, you trying to make it on time, then you get pulled over by a rolling DOT. Now, DOT could be an a-hole or he could be a nice guy. One way or another, he gonna give you a ticket. It's a lot we deal with out here, which y'all really don't understand because y'all don't drive trucks. Y'all don't drive trucks. Y'all can critique what we do out here, but y'all really don't know what we go through out here, man. We go through health issues. We go through a lot. So to sit there and talk to a broker and call a broker up and say, hey, what that freight is paying? Well, you done seen the freight on the low board paying $1,000. They want to offer you $460. Then if you ask for 800, they want to offer you what? Oh, 540. It's a lot. It's nickel and diamond. Sometimes the broke this trucker game is like the street game. It's a lot of nickel and diamond in this, man. It's a lot, which y'all don't really understand. That's why I'm leased onto a company. So I still have to deal with the responsibilities of owning a truck, but I don't have to deal with the headache with my own trailer. Salute to all of those truckers out there that's running their own flatbed, running their own tanker, running their own 53-footer, running their own reefers. I salute all the males and females, black, white, Hispanic, Italians, Jews, whoever out there is doing this job. The West Indians, the Pakistanis, everybody out there. It's a cultural thing. Trucking now is worldwide. It's a cultural thing. You meet a lot of people out there, all different races, all different backgrounds, and we all got the same conversation. We all trying to help each other. So for me to get on here and put out what I'm saying, I'm trying to put out some information where you can take this to your fellow truckers. You can take it to a family member. You can take it to your dispatcher. You can say, well, I seen this guy on YouTube talking, and he makes a lot of sense. To some of y'all, some of y'all may not make sense to a lot of y'all. You may think I'm just losing my mind right now because, oh, he old, he got grades, he been in the business 30 years, he 50. He don't know what he's talking about. I'm talking about old experience. I'm not putting what I'm knowing now with social media, because what's going on with social media is influencing younger guys that's getting into the trucking industry and thinking y'all gonna make it big. Hey, salute, Nate the Great. Good morning, brother. So for a lot of y'all jumping out the window right now and y'all new to this game and y'all sitting there talking about, I'm gonna go buy a truck. You're gonna see when you buy that truck. Oh yeah, I'm gonna 3 trucks or 4 trucks. You're gonna jump out the window, get your own authority. Salute to you for doing that, because it takes balls to get your own authority. That ain't easy. So you're going to, hey, what's going on? You're going to jump out the window. You're going to buy all these trucks, and you're going to realize when you got these trucks, there's nobody out there going to load them trucks for you. Now you got to get out there. You're going to deal with these freight brokers. The money ain't good. You got 4 trucks, 4 drivers. Most of the time, these drivers, they talk to other drivers. They want to own their own truck. Now you got to try to keep these drivers happy. Now you got to try to keep your books right, your mileage right, your papers, your maintenance. Because most of the time you get drivers not going to tell you that you have a faulty brake. They're not going to tell you you have a faulty slack adjuster. They're not going to tell you the truck don't want to start, fuel problems. You got black smoke, gray smoke, white smoke. A driver not going to tell you all that. So that's still your responsibility to step on that equipment. Now, while you stand up on that equipment, you got brokers ain't paying you. They not trying to load all 4 of them trucks up like that, because things done got tight right now. Now you still got fuel. Now you're going to take the broker fee. So you will jump out the window and say, well, I'm going to get a backhaul. I'm going to take that $600 backhaul coming out of Virginia back to Jersey, but you still got fuel. What is y'all going to understand this, man? You still got this high rate of fuel right now, and coming out of Virginia, you still got tolls. So you're going to turn around and take a backhaul for $600. You're going to say, well, that's going to offset the fuel that I just spent. So now you take that backhaul and you come back this way. You're going to spend $300, you're going to spend $400 on fuel coming back this way with small gallons on it. So you're going to take the $400 on fuel. You still got tolls coming through Virginia. You're going to hit Maryland. You got 2 tolls in Maryland. You got 3 tolls in Delaware. And you got the New Jersey Turnpike. Now that 400 that's been chopped down, they average spend 120. Now that 400 turned to 520. You took that backhoe for 600. Now you got $80 left. You got $80 left. Tell me where you made a profit. You still gotta eat. Yeah, 95 will kill you. Alonzo F95 will kill you on tolls. You try taking a load out of North Carolina. By the time you hit coming through Baltimore, you got Baltimore, you got Philly, you got PA, you got Delaware, you got New Jersey, you got New York. Try to take a Virginia load from out of Virginia for 600 going up to Brooklyn. Matter of fact, you try to take a load out of Virginia through a broker going to JFK Airport. Not only you got New Jersey Turnpike, you got to cover the whole pike, you still got to cover the Whitestone Bridge. Then you take that 495 all the way across. You see what I'm saying? You ain't making no money doing that, man. You got to learn how to put your feet down on these cheap roads. Stop taking these cheap backhauls to get back home. Now, if you in Delaware, you in Jersey, hey, you want to take a little bag, it's up to you. You can either bobtail home. But if you coming out of North Carolina, you got to try to find something, but you got to put your foot down, man. Because then if you're a power only and you run an Amazon, you see them Amazon drivers, they run like madmen, man. You got Amazon, you got JB Hunt giving out stuff. You got a big brokerage firm called C.H. Robinson. Now, I'm leased on to the company I'm leased on to. We used to do C.H. Robinson loads coming out of Kellogg, picking up a load of cereal upstate Rochester, New York. Shout out to Rochester, New York. We used to pick a load about a Kellogg's, the cereal place, and bring it all the way back. Now, as an owner operator, I was only getting back to me was only $600. I didn't have a problem with that because we was coming from Rochester, New York, coming back down. So shout out to Rochester. It was going on. Shout out to Rochester, man. So we was coming back down. And sometimes we get a load of salt. Like every now and then we get a load of salt coming out of Cargill up there in Watkins Glen, or you get molten salt coming out of Watkins Glen. That's heavy, man. Just to bring it back to deliver it to Oodles and Noodles, whatever they're going to. As owner, at least on, I'll bring it back because I know where it's going to be delivered to. But as you have your own trailer, it's hard out there, man. I'm not going to lie. It's a lot of responsibility. A dispatcher can't get you no work unless you do a contract, unless you do some paperwork coming through 45K, unless you have a contract. A dispatcher can't really get you no work. Nah, this dispatcher really can't get you no work unless you do a contract or you do an agreement under them. They can't really get you no work unless you leased on to them and then they can put you out. But dispatcher can't get you no work. Don't believe that. Freight broker, they can get you work. They're the middleman between the shipper and the transportation. So it's a lot going on. So if you out there trucking, man, salute to all of y'all because I've been doing it for a minute. I probably got a couple more years in the game that I'm gonna slide out of it. But hey, I can honestly say I had a good living doing this, still is, and I'll always be trucker down. This is my life. Been doing it for a long time. So what I'm saying today come off experience. It don't come off by nobody influencing me. It never does. You know, you can't influence me to do nothing or say anything on these YouTube or any social media. It's come by experience. And there's a lot of drivers out there like me that want to have a voice, that want to talk, that want to get on the platform, but people say ain't nobody listening. They listening. They definitely listening. You know, oh, you ain't gonna get nobody, man. I'm not worrying about the views, man. Honestly not, man. I'm a truck driver. If you can match 1,000,000 miles like I did, then salute to you. I'm not trying to get 1,000,000 up here. I'm a trucker. I'm a trucker for life. It's a lifestyle. So that being said, man, if you out there, man, just put your foot down to some of these dream chaser. Put your foot down, man. Put your foot down to some of these truckers, some of these freight brokers out here. Put your foot down, man. Don't take it if you ain't making no money, man. You gotta do the numbers, man. I know it's hard for a lot of people to do the numbers. You have to do the numbers. You have to sit up there and say, okay, if this gonna cost me this, then I gotta include this and this and this and this. You definitely gotta include coming this way. You gotta salute the Dream Chaser 22. You gotta include the pricing. You got to do the numbers, man. If you go into a store, you're not going to walk into the store blindfolded to buy something. Before you go in that store, you're going to do the numbers. You're going to get the best price you can get. So if Home Depot if Walmart's selling for one price, you're going to dip off the Best Buy and see if Best Buy going to get you the best price. The same thing with trucking. If this broker not giving it to you, go to the low board. You got a bunch of low boards out there. So you mix match. You tell the broker the low board is offering this, so how's you paying this? You see what I'm saying? Because that's where most of your freight brokers, they own all of these low boards. They own these low boards. Even you got your big companies, FedEx, you got JB Hunt, you got Amazon, you got a lot of Uber Eats, whatever. You got all of these big freight companies on these low boards. So you can definitely mix match and play the number game. Don't let nobody play you like that. Don't let nobody do it, because at the end of the day, when that truck break down, they gonna get that freight to somebody else, man. They not calling you a wrecker. They not calling you roadside. That's your responsibility. They're not calling nobody for you. They're not calling your wife. They're not calling your kids. They're not calling your girl telling you broke down 3 o'clock in the morning in the middle of nowhere. You call the freight broker, you know what they do? They take the Z's on you. They sleeping. They sleeping while you broke down. They sleeping. So now if you don't make that spot, you know what's gonna happen? You stuck with that whole load for a couple days. Sometimes, man, it's always, hey, I ain't about to put nothing out there like that, but I'm just saying, you stuck with that load for 4 days, man. You stuck with that load for 4 days. Yeah. Now, a lot of people say that we should bring a union in for the owner operators. The only thing about that, you would end up putting so much in and not really getting nothing out of it. You know, that's my opinion. Everybody's opinion is different with the union. You know, you bring a union in, you know, that's like trying to compare a company driver to owner operator. Company drivers gonna have their own opinions, and salute to all the company drivers that's doing it. You know, when we all come into the game as a truck driver, our goal and our dream is to own a truck. And that's just fact. That's with anybody. I'm on my second truck. Our goals and dreams to own a truck, to be your own trucker. Some people don't never jump out the window. Yeah, you do have pros. You have a lot of pros and cons in the union. You do have that. So you always want to have your own. Some people don't never jump out the window, get off the porch, and get their own truck. And I don't have a problem with that. You know, some people not really built for that. You know, just want to get in there and turn the key and go. You know, that's cool. That's cool. But some people want a little more than life will offer them. So if you go ahead and get your own truck, I don't have a problem with that, man. But if you want to stay a company driver, I don't have a problem with that neither. You know, you want to stay a company driver, stay up under the union, I don't have a problem with that neither. Because I was a union man back then. Years ago, I drove for a company called New Deal Delivery Service. And Dynamic, anybody know anything about New Deal and Dynamic? They end up merging. The union came in, and since I was the lower guy on the towing board, that was let go. You know, hazmat, everything, nobody never cared about it. So, you know, things happen, man. So at the end of the day, man, you know, we really have to stick together with this and then stop bumping heads, company drivers, owner operators, because at the end of the day, we all held the same thing, and that's a CDL license, man. That's the CDL license. You know, that's the best union we have with each other, is communicating with each other. Like what I'm doing now, communicating with y'all, that's the best resource we have. So, you know, next time I go live, you know, I'm gonna go live on StreamYard, and I'm gonna drop the link. So Dream Chaser, you, anybody want to come up and add on to a conversation as far as trucking, I'll let you come up, man, because I don't have a problem with that. You know, it's not a big channel. Even if it was, I drop the link for everybody, because at the end of the day, when you start these channels, somebody had to subscribe to you, right? So I'll do the same thing. So I'm gonna definitely probably tomorrow or the next day I do another panel on this, and I'll let everybody come up, man, because, you know, I know a lot more people had different views, different opinions. A lot more people out there on the road right now. You know, you doing your 32-hour reset, and you just looking at your phone, trying to walk around, work out, eat right, not trying to have that much on your mind while you out there on that road. But it's just crazy how you have to really do the numbers now when you take this freight. And they not even helping you, man. The fuel don't help. Down what they doing now with the fuel. Used to get a discount. Like we used to get a discount with Comdata. They even stopped the discount. You don't even get the discount no more. They used to send you money back. Now you're getting down as points. And if you don't use your points within a certain amount of months, then they end up taking them points from you. You got to start all over. The TA love doing that. Your TA truck stop would take your point card and just empty it out, zero balance. So it's crazy out there. They're not really giving us nothing too much. Oh yeah, man. Hey, I'm a Dream Chaser. Yeah, I appreciate you, brother, man. Hey, come Thanksgiving, I'll be outside in the backyard deep frying the turkey, man. So I'm gonna set that live too. All right. Yeah, it will. You're right. You're right. No, it's right, man. If the younger drivers listen to the old veterans, they will move a whole lot better, man. But a lot of them right now is influenced because I heard this. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, right? Before COVID, you could get a 2015 Well, I wouldn't get 2015 because between 2017, those are trucks you really don't want to get because that's when they first started DEF and now they started tweaking them. So I can say between 2011 2016. So if you try to get a truck, get a 17 or better, or go under that 2011. Between 2011 and 2016, the DEF is killing it. So back then for 2015, you get 2015 for like 45,000, 50,000. Depends on if you get the Cascadian Freightliner, you're paying about 50 for it, 45. But if you get in the P or KW, you know you're gonna spend about 60, 70, 90 grand, regardless. Now, 2 years after COVID, fuel don't went up, everything don't went up. You know, you don't need fuel to make fiberglass. And now I'm saying trucks is like 120, 130,000, 150. I heard a young man say, if you don't have a 100, if your truck ain't worth over 150,000, you doing something. You doing something wrong. Young man, because you got to also look at those miles. If you got a truck sitting on 700,000 miles, by the time you get down that road, end of the year, you're gonna need an end frame. You're gonna need an overhaul. You're gonna need a silver package, gold package, or a platinum package. You be taking that truck right to Detroit, right back to Cummins, right back to Freightliner. You be taking it right back to Cat. Cat don't do engines no more, but the old engines, you go to a Cat Ford. But you're gonna end up getting one of those trucks where you screw yourself. Now with that DEF, that's another story. But a lot of these young guys really do listen, so you can't really force them to listen, man. You know, you can't really force a lot of young guys to listen because, you know, they think the world is based on a higher number. That higher number is to get you to throw you off a little bit, to have you thinking, okay, cool, I'm gonna go get a truck right now, a used truck with 700,000 miles for 190,000. So you can tell people in the streets you got a 190,000 truck. But now them payments up to 25 to $3,000 a month. And now when you go to the shop rates done went up, the parts done went up, sensors are costing you more than a part. You could get an alternator for 900 and buy a sensor this big, a sensor half of this with a wire. This is the longest the sensor, and it'll run you. This will run you about $1,000 for one sensor. This is the stuff that y'all need to learn, man, because they getting you and they getting over right now. But I'm gonna end this live. I appreciate all of y'all for coming in here because I gotta run to the truck. I gotta put this visor on the truck, and I gotta get these dogs out, and I gotta walk these dogs real quick. So stretch their legs, get them out the back. But hey man, I appreciate y'all, man. Everybody coming in the building now. Nate the Great, you know, Dream Chaser, man. I appreciate all of y'all, man. But like I said, I'll be doing a deep fried turkey, showing y'all how to do that come Thanksgiving, and I'll be outside. But I appreciate all y'all coming through, man. Make sure y'all share this live. Make sure you hit the like button, you know, and I'm gonna get at y'all. All right, but appreciate y'all, man. We out here. And you have a wonderful day too. All right, we going. Salute.